DBL Nation.
Hi, DBL Nation.
Guess what day it is?
What day is it?
Friday! I'm not as good as Erica is.
No, you're not. Guys, okay. Please excuse the clips in my hair. I'm trying to do an old school Hollywood thing.
I can see it's going to come together once those clips
We hope so. Or I'm going to just
it.
keep them in. I think there's no problem with that.
No problem at all. But guess what's happening today? Tori is actually moderating today, which I love seeing her moderate, so that's great. Yeah, so big day today.
Yes.
Bombshell report out from BuzzFeed News. I'm Kelly, by the way. Just in case you're joining us for the first time, this is Tori.
Hi, guys.
We're here every day at 9:30, and we talk about the top trending stories. And on that note, the BuzzFeed story, this bombshell report is trending today, saying that President Trump directed his former attorney, Michael Cohen, to lie to Congress.
Right.
So this is all over the Trump Tower in Moscow. He reportedly, and again, this is all coming from BuzzFeed News. We have not been able to corroborate these reports ourselves independently, so we want to make sure we keep saying that. All coming from BuzzFeed right now. So BuzzFeed talked to 2 federal law enforcement officials. The law enforcement officials told BuzzFeed that Trump directed Cohen to claim the negotiations to build a Trump Tower in Moscow ended months earlier than they actually did. So if this is true, it's going to be bad. It's going to be, in my opinion, the thing that takes President Trump down.
Right, so a lot of people are already writing us in saying lock him up or how many free passes for Trump. I just want to give you guys the specifics so that if anyone, you guys are trying to sort of articulate anything, you want to know what's going on.
Exactly.
Know that Trump and his family were trying to build a tower, a Trump Tower, normal, in Moscow. And with Putin as something that they could do together, which is fine, except that when you're running for president, there's a conflict of interest. So what he instructed, or what allegedly we're hearing that he did, is to tell Michael Cohen to lie about the timing so that it wouldn't be a conflict of interest and that the meetings would be taking place months before. So it doesn't seem like a huge deal just to lie about the meetings, but he asked him to lie to Congress.
Obstruction of justice.
Right. So the 2 things I want you to hear are obstruction of justice, which is one, which is when you try to obstruct justice or say, I'm slowing down justice, I'm tampering with a witness, something like that.
Yeah.
Or 2, and this is going to be one I talk about on the show, it's called subornation of perjury. If you follow Lawrence Tribe, he's a Harvard law professor that really gives us the constitutional look at this. Subornation of perjury is punishable by 5 years imprisonment under the Constitution 18 U.S. Code 1622. So a lot of talk, but what that means is you're ordering someone below you to lie, and you can't do that. So there are a lot of problems with this. Now, again, BuzzFeed News, if true, has not. We have none of the news sources you're seeing this have verified it, other than BuzzFeed. They're keeping their sources very clean and very private, which is allowed by. That's fine.
100%.
And I think, and you can argue with me, that BuzzFeed News in particular has become a reliable news source, including TMZ, which we all at least thought in the beginning
100%
was entertainment reporting.
Yep.
BuzzFeed News has gotten scoops. So has TMZ over the time. They're consistently getting correct scoops. So we are running with this because everyone else in the world is running with this, and there's indefinable proof, either an email or a recording, something that shows that he didn't just have hearsay. Trump literally wrote the words or said the words, I want you to lie to Congress. And that's a problem.
And we're hearing from BuzzFeed that Mueller has these documents. Mueller has those admissions from Michael Cohen. So now it's a waiting game at this point. I heard Bo in the meeting this morning. Bo is our conservative host, and he is a Trump supporter. I heard this morning that he just wants Special Counsel Mueller to reveal his cards at this point. It's time, he says, for this to come out. I kind of feel that way too, isn't it? What are we waiting for? I mean, he's still obviously investigating, and that's what he's waiting for, but when do you think this is finally going to happen?
So in my head, I think it's pretty much over. I think it's signed up. I would look into February.
Okay.
I would also tend to just tell everyone, remember Nixon. And when you think of Nixon, think of this circle as Nixon, okay? Kelly, can you guys see? This is Nixon, my cell phone. It's in the middle. What they did was circle and get the outside people, spiral in, and it was
closer and closer.
And only when his voice, Nixon, was on the tape that he installed in secret in the Oval Office saying, I paid these people off, I wanted to spy, that's when he resigned. So just know, we are rapidly getting closer and closer. You don't want to rush a federal investigation.
Of course not.
And I think we all want this to be over with, even me. But we just, I wonder if Mueller is leaking this slowly by slowly, so we're getting to build a case.
Ron Reese on Facebook. Hi, Ron. Thanks for joining us. This is all hearsay. Why not wait until you have proof? Your discussion makes no sense and makes y'all look stupid. Ron, we have to cover the top trending stories of the day, and even if we don't have proof of this, BuzzFeed News is reporting it, and if it's the top story of the day and trending all across the nation,
we don't have to explain why.
Yeah, we have to cover it.
Yeah,
so
we don't really have to explain why, and we're not saying we're stupid. Now, Madonna Matthews says Clinton was impeached by doing the same thing. He never lost his seat as president. Very good point, Madonna. I want to just do a interactive thing with you. Kelly, you are the House of Representatives. Joel, you are the Senate. When you are impeached, the House of Representatives has an article of impeachment, and they can impeach the president. But remember, after that, I'm the president. I'm not going anywhere. It's sent to the Senate, and the Senate holds a trial and determines if I should be kicked out of office, which actually has never happened because people have resigned before then. Andrew Johnson was censured a long time ago, right after Lincoln. Long story short, it is a two-part process. Impeachment doesn't mean you're kicked out of office at all. Clinton was impeached, you're absolutely right, for perjury and was not kicked out of office. So that is a possibility. I wanted to give that.
Ricky tuning in on Facebook. Hi, Ricky. Thanks for joining us today. He says, support your president, or he or she says, support your president and help bring the division to an end. Stop posting blame on something that allegedly happened. Do y'all want to go over Clinton and Obama's list of alleged crimes? Have some integrity in your journalism skills.
Hi, Ricky.
Ricky, that really hurts my feelings.
No, don't worry about it.
I'm a journalist, and my job is to report on the news and give you the facts. The fact is that BuzzFeed came out with this bombshell report today, and it's my job to report it to you. So that's what we're doing here. We're here to have a debate with you. We're here to have a discussion. Thank you for commenting, and keep sending your comments, please.
That's right. Now, Kevin Ang writes, so is this where the stuff hit the fan, and could this be his ultimate downfall? I would say yes.
If true, yes.
If true, right, exactly. We are circling that information. Again, BuzzFeed News has their entire corporation on the line with this. I have to believe
BuzzFeed News will go under if this is not true, in my opinion.
Completely agreed. So at this point, they say they have succinct evidence that's not hearsay, either an email or a recording. And what we do know, folks, is that Michael Cohen, Trump's attorney, did admit to recording a lot of things. So it's very possible we do have a tape. That is what took Nixon down. So right, and Rainey says BuzzFeed has said that they have additional sources on deep background as well. And as if you guys don't know, in the press, when you have an unnamed source or deep background, there's plenty of laws protecting that person because the truth is more important. So interesting. Hello from Illinois.
Yeah, hi, Kenny. Thanks for joining us from Illinois. And Chris Caesar on Facebook. It's not hearsay, genius. It's from Mueller's investigation. Precisely. So if Mueller does come out and say that this has happened, then that's the end of it.
The one thing I don't want us to do, though, is to get mean with each other.
No.
There's no reason we have to be mean. I am hoping this isn't true. I don't want my president.
Of course, we don't want our president to have obstructive justice.
Right.
That's silly or stupid to think that we would want that. We're just reporting the news. And we have to. This is our job. It's not a good thing. It's giving me chills. None of us want to see that our president obstructed justice. It's a scary situation. It's scary what's happening in America right now, and we just want to keep you guys informed. That's all it is.
And trust me, the Republicans still own the Senate. If they don't think this is real, it won't happen. But this is just what BuzzFeed is reporting. What we're doing is circling. We're getting closer and closer. The other thing I want to say to you is Senator Amy Klobuchar and Lindsey Graham, who is a staunch Republican, have asked in Attorney General meetings, if the president asks someone like a lawyer to lie for them to Congress, is it obstruction of justice? Both answers, including one 2 days ago from Bill Barr, the upcoming Attorney General, they both said yes. So we have video evidence that I'll be playing in the show that this is what Attorney Generals think could constitute obstruction of justice. I want to make sure that you guys see that. So it's not just Klobuchar, it's also dealing with, I forgot, Klobuchar and
Graham. Sorry. So we're going to keep tracking this story throughout the day. I did want to say what President's lawyer Rudy Giuliani did say as well. If you believe Cohen, I can get you a great deal on the Brooklyn Bridge. So I do want to show the other side, obviously, what Rudy Giuliani said this morning.
And Michael Cohen is a known liar.
Yes, he's an admitted liar.
Exactly. So we hear both sides of this. We aren't saying this is true. We're saying that there are major news sources coming forward saying this is pretty indelible evidence that Mueller already has, that there is not just hearsay, specific evidence in an email or
Emails,
recording,
text, or
I want you to lie to
recordings.
Congress.
Yep.
So very, very interesting. Stephen Hill says my phone case needs some help.
That is true.
I agree.
It definitely does. And he says, I used the hot iron today. I actually got extensions. So
do you guys see this?
This is fake hair. Thanks for noticing,
I feel like
Steven.
you're Botticellian, right?
Doris Shoemaker on YouTube. Hi, Doris. Thanks as always for joining us. She says, oh, where did it just go? It disappeared. It was just there.
Doris?
She said, I just want the best for our country, or something along those lines. And yes, we totally agree, Doris, and that's all we want.
And guess what? The Founding Fathers put in rules for just this thing. So if it does happen, America has it together.
We'll figure it out. And exactly. DBL Nation, keep sending us your comments. We want to know what you think about this. We're going to go to our 5th host conversation today now. The question today is about dating in 2019 and finding a significant other. And the question is, does playing hard to get still work when it comes to dating in 2019? So a new story trending from Huffington Post today is about the dating age in 2019. So some people say, well, I'm not smart enough to hold back and play hard to get and pretend I don't care, while others use this as their way to get significant others and their way to get that guy or girl or whatever. What do you think? Do you play hard to get? Or do you just tell someone I love you and hope for the best?
Right. And so if you guys remember the rules, I don't know if you guys remember the rules. This was what, 2000 and... I don't know, the beginning of it. You're probably too young. 2 women came out with the rules. And it was a rule book. It was all over, Oprah and all this. And it was like, how should you do dating? And it was like, don't call back for 2 days. Don't accept the first date. And it was a lot of, I'm playing hard to get, I'm playing hard to bet. Because men, and this was gender normative, heteronormative, want the chase. So the idea was, psychologically, they're cavemen, therefore women should be hard to get like a woolly mammoth. I'm here, I'm not, I'm here, I'm not. So is that true today? And are there new rules that we can adapt for 2019? My one rule is, look like your picture.
Oh, yeah. I was just talking to some people on DBL Nation about this the other day when we were talking about the 10-year pictures and how Sam was saying the filters, it wouldn't count because of the filters, but just don't use filters. I use some of those fun like dog filters.
Don't use filters.
No, don't use. Well, you're asking for hot water, just like you just said.
I think filters are different than literally changing the shape of your face.
Well, I think filters can be the same thing as like face tuning your face.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Just look somewhat like your picture, because just in Hollywood, if your headshot doesn't match you, you're not cast in this relationship of love. So yeah, that's my big one. I also think ghosting has its own rules.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So
I'm
that's
so over that whole ghosting thing.
But I'm so glad I'm married and don't have to deal with that. So for anyone who's dating right now, online or not online, what are some new rules? Is it also we don't do dinner dates? I heard that lunch dates are the new thing.
Ooh, I like that. Coffee dates. I like that. It's way less pressure.
You can get out if it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, you
can
stay. Yeah, or you can stay longer and spend the rest of the day together. But that way, you don't have to think about what's going to happen at the end of the night. You know, that takes that pressure off. I like that.
And to be honest, I don't know, this is bad, but as a female, I do feel it's safer. In some ways. I mean, I think we have to include danger in this 2019 dating. We have to be more thoughtful. I'm sure women in general are more cautious and have probably a phone a friend ready to go, or at least tell someone where you are.
Yeah,
it's not that it wasn't dangerous before, but now we're more aware.
Now we're way more aware. Yeah. Let's see. Raven LeMaven on Twitter. I like that name.
Say that again?
Raven LeMaven. Ooh.
Caw-caw.
Thanks for joining us. Mothers and adults and friends tell boys that girls like to be pursued. Sadly, the boys don't know the difference between pursuing versus stalking because hunting and meat. Yes, Brooklyn on Facebook says, if someone plays games, I'm out. It is a complete turnoff.
Okay, so that's true.
I totally agree.
Brianna McDonald says, playing hard to get does not work. LOL, being direct is the best. But can I be honest? We all get a little titillated by games, a little bit.
Titillated.
Like even a sexy text or not answering right. Isn't that something we universally, we all
not
right?
me. Really? I don't think so, no.
So you just want, hello, Kelly, I love you.
No.
You don't want any of this?
Chris chased me for sure. He asked me out quite a few times before I said yes.
And were you saying no to
But if he ignored me, no, I just wasn't. I didn't think I was interested. And then he kept wooing me and was just so funny that I couldn't resist him.
So if he had not been into you, would you have kind of wanted him more in the beginning?
Maybe. That's possible. Because I thought he was kind of mean. But he turns out he's just we were working overnights on the morning shift, and he just isn't a morning person. Which
that's true.
We don't talk for an hour in the morning once he wakes up. So now I know that.
There you go.
But yeah, I get it. I get why the chase is fun, but I'm just too old for that.
You're tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kevin Ang says, be authentic. Don't lie about who you are on your dating profile. Stacey Sorber says.
So true, Kevin.
Yeah, men do like the chase. Stacey, I think you have something here.
I think Stacey's right.
What about lying about your age? I think in 2019, people are over that.
Yeah, I don't think that's cool anymore.
Oh, when I grew up, like, you did not say how old you were.
Why?
It just wasn't, especially, I was in LA for 10 years. If I said I was 29, or I said I was 24.
They would think you were too old?
Yeah.
Or too young?
There's a real difference there.
Interesting.
Too old. I mean, it's very interesting. Right now, I'm like, I'm 37 and proud.
And now I'm like, 40 is the new 20.
That's hopefully what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, too. That's what we're both saying. Am I right?
Madonna says, hard to get. I think those dating apps ruined that. That's fair. Brandy says, so happy I don't have to date anymore. Totally agree, Brandy. I just need that ring on my finger.
Yeah, we do want to know if she should play hard to get with the ringy-dang on the finger. Actually,
we're way past that.
We are. I feel like you. Here's the thing. How long have y'all been together?
6 years next month.
6 years next month. Do we need to play games to get Chris to put the ring on your finger? Is it Twister? Is it Clue? Where's the ring? Is it in the conservatory with Professor Plum? Where is the ring? I do have to say, is it easy? Does anyone think, Brandy said, so happy I don't have to date anymore. Is there anyone who thinks it's easier now? Because at least you have a million people to go through.
Does that make it easier or harder?
Because when I was in college, you couldn't just...
I think it makes it easier.
You had to find someone in like a library.
I think it makes it easier because you can, research the person before, look on Facebook, look online, see what they're all about. Maybe that makes it worse, but for me, it makes me feel more prepared for the date, I guess.
Yeah, there's more information.
Yeah, there's more information out there, and it's more easily accessible.
Right. I do think there's rules in how you communicate through online dating messaging.
How?
So
how should you?
Okay, for instance, here's what not to do, which is what I would do.
Oh my God.
We have a date. Okay. So good to see you. I had such a good time. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Maybe we'll get together again. Bye. Okay? Tori's at home. I loved Kelly. I really
and then you text right away?
Hey, what's going on? Do you think maybe we should? I found this new
place.
And then
you would do that? No. Okay, so but
I'm the girl with the bubbles.
And am I playing a game if I want to do that when I get home, but I don't?
See, but I think that's a smart game.
It is smart, but it's still a game.
Is it? Or is it just being
smart? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. That's what I would do. I would never text right when I get home after the date. Heck no. If he wants to know, Tori.
And I wouldn't even wait.
I had so much fun with you.
And then,
was the best.
And then I would bubble. Then, this is worse. Go to bed, no bubbles from him.
No.
Next morning, start the bubbles again.
No, you wouldn't.
Look at Joel.
No, you wouldn't. Joel's like, run.
Get out of there. Stephen Hill says, Kels, you jumped off the screen, stood out to Chris. That breeds the chase. That's interesting. Met my husband at the bar. That was back in 2005. Where did you guys meet your husbands or life partners?
Yeah.
Where did you meet them before social media?
Because the bar was definitely
Tinder
the place to go. And now I feel like if you did want to date someone, I wouldn't go to the bar because I feel like I have to be on an online dating app.
My question is how did y'all communicate? How did I communicate with people?
I don't know.
Before a cell phone? How did we meet up anywhere?
AIM?
Just believe them?
AOL?
No, that started, I know I'm really aging myself.
Old.
At some point I was throwing pigeons with messages on their feet. Meet me at the movies.
But really, DBL Nation, how did you approach dating? How did you meet your significant other? Brandy, tell us more about how you met him. Did he come up to you? Did you go up to him?
And also, here's a question for you.
I just gotta know.
Does the amount of people on Tinder and other things and dating profiles dilute everything?
Yes.
I think it does too. I think it makes everyone, there's always someone else. There's always someone else. There's always someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
It's overwhelming almost.
Yeah.
I got on a friend's dating app. Who was that? Oh, wait, who was it? It was someone from work. Remember we did it before the parade. Oh, it was Stuart. He's so sweet. So I just got on his dating app and I picked the girls that I thought would be good for Stuart.
That's always a good plan.
But not just based on looks. I did it based on what they're all about.
See, Rainey has
He likes adventure. He likes to hike. He likes to do
Rainey, he likes to cook.
Yeah.
If there is a single woman out there, Stu
yeah,
is
we've got a great production manager.
Really
he's very good looking and he's a very good guy.
He is. And Rainey says she met her wife through mutual friends.
That's awesome too. Yeah. Yep. That's a great way to do it. Mutual friends. That's way easier because you know. Yeah. DBL Nation, keep sending us your comments. We're going to go to Heart Threads now and it's a brand new one. Yay! Happy Friday.
Whoa, it's high.
Process of trying to conceive. We had also finalized an adoption, so we had our daughter. I was like, okay, so you got your daughter. I want a son. Immediately when I saw these two boys, I was like, I'm like, wow, those are my sons.
And then I started to say, she needs a sister. I saw another sibling group. So we say, hey, why not get all of them, keep them together. But we met in college.
She saw me and she made the comment that this is going to be my husband one day, and I heard her.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. And so we ended up being in a study group together, and then true enough, I ended up being her husband.
He comes from a big family. I come from a small family, and we really wanted a lot of kids. When we got married, after so many months or so, we, just kind of thinking, something's wrong here. We should be able to, have a baby, be getting pregnant. And it didn't happen for us that way. For me, honestly, it was very painful, struggling with infertility. Your body's not able to do what it's supposed to do as a woman.
Just because we couldn't have children on our own doesn't mean that we couldn't have children of our own. And so we always knew and believed that, we were going to be parents. And I wanted to find somebody who felt like the world had given up on them and be able to share what two people found and be able to pour it into them. So that's why adoption was so important to us. And I thought that was the best way to exemplify the greatest love.
I think that was what, like, the happiest time for us, because we finally had this little girl. She was finally ours, and we loved her to pieces. Yeah. And we still do.
It was a perfect fit. When Nevaeh was little, I was like, okay, so you got your daughter, I want a son, and we got to have somebody that's going to protect her. I don't know what it was, but immediately when I saw these two boys, I'm like, wow, those are my sons. And I told my wife, I was like, wow. I said, those are my sons. Those are the ones. That's them. They had already been in several failed adoptions. It was suggested that we adopt one and not adopt the other one. And we were both like, no, that's not going to work. We're going to adopt them together. We knew that love could fix it, because if everybody continued to walk out of their lives, then they never get to experience love. They just get door closed after door closed after door.
We proceeded with the adoption process with them. And then I started to say, hey, they're a little rough, she needs a sister.
We were like, well, we can't just take India. It's a sibling group. We're going to adopt all of them. Our oldest daughter, Kalia, she was almost like, it was like she was waiting on us. Like it was, I remember like our second visit, and she was like, Dad, she had already called me Dad. She was like, Dad, when did you come in and get me? Mm-hmm. She was like, I'm ready to come home.
Daddy, guess what? What? They're doing an interview for me for the yearbook for basketball.
I got in foster care when I was 10 years old. I spent 4 years in foster care. Before my parents, I was really hopeless, because I was always thinking, like, no one wants to adopt teenagers. Like, no one's gonna want me. They just want to get my brother and sister, because, no one wants to adopt a teenager.
It's like this. When you're looking for a partner in life, you're looking for love. You meet a total stranger, somebody that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. The same thing is with adopting. Neither of you know anything about each other. Both of you are looking to be loved or to love. You know what I'm saying? Because when you can take somebody who's broken, and a lot of times both of you can be broken, but yet both of you all put each other back together again. We found out that love was the truest form of parenting.